back for episode 2 of our First Impressions series, season 1, and I kind of want to also start this off by talking about the structure, because I realized I didn't do this in the first one, and I probably should have, but I hadn't really thought all the way through on it. But so how this is going to go is, I'm not sure how many games will be in a season, but something I still have yet to determine. I'm going to say at least 12, but could be more, but at least 12. And what'll happen is we go through, do them, however, whenever we hit the amount that we're going to finish off a season with, we'll do kind of like a end of season episode where we'll go through, talk about all the games that got played, kind of go over the average ratings for the games, and break them down by like a bunch of different things. Like we'll have like the average rating of adventure games, average rating of FPSs, average rating per publisher, average rating per dev. Those might be, depending on, I think if we had more than 12, we might do those, the dev ones, because I think with like 12, it's probably going to be a situation where we have like a situation where we wouldn't have like 2 games made by the same dev at that point. But if we go to like something like 24 or 26, like have basically a year's worth of episodes released every 2 weeks or something like that, then I could see that maybe working there because you got a lot more games to go over. But we'll have a whole bunch of different metrics we'll go over and look at like the average scores for all those metrics, and really like kind of dive into my, what my thoughts are and where I think like games are generally in these different categories. This is something really interesting I thought of doing because like we're doing a season structure, so there should be something at the end of a season that's a little bit different and special and kind of looks back over the entire season. So we'll be doing something like that at the end of each season. I also was trying to think of like what would happen if I didn't have anything to do for these. Like in terms of like if we go through all my Steam backlog or something, which will never happen. I've got like thousands of games I've never even played in my Steam account. Which is kind of where this is also kind of coming from, where when I went to do this, was to kind of get through all that and see what I have and what I bought, and if they're any good and whatnot. But we'll see. I should have enough content to like do this for many seasons, like at least 3 or 4, if not like 10 or something, depending on how many episodes per season there are. But yeah, so explanation over. Tonight we're going to be doing a first impressions for Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. I've kind of seen a little bit of the beginning of the game, like maybe the first 10 minutes, because I watched a little bit of it on FaZe's channel, FaZe Ludo's channel, but I watched, it's very minimal, and I don't think there's really any story stuff in it. It's more just like him doing some exploration of like the controls and stuff. I know a little bit about this, like I followed it closely when it was being shown off at E3 and the other events that it was shown off at, but I haven't really watched any gameplay reveals or trailers or anything like that, or anything really outside of like maybe the first E3 I got shown at, in terms of that trailer and maybe a few subsequent ones kind of breaking down the trailer. So I don't really know much about the game. I know a little bit about it, though, in terms of like the gameplay style, sort of, from those trailers, but it didn't really have like the entire meat of the systems and whatnot. It seems like it's a Souls-like, but it might not be. But, so this game is made by Ember Lab, and published by Maximum Games. Ember Lab is an animation studio. This is their first game. I do remember that the Ember Lab is founded by 2 brothers, I believe. And this game looks like a Pixar movie, which is insane. That's like one of the things that drew me to it originally, was the extreme fidelity of the graphics. I'm playing the PS5 version of it. Here's what's on the back of the case. Untangle the past. Embark on your journey as Kenna, a young spirit guide, uncover mysteries lurking in a forgotten village inhabited by lost souls. This action-packed adventure combines fantastical exploration with fast-paced combat. Find and grow your team of charming spirit companions, the Rot, on their quest to free the lost spirits. Like, that's a tiny bit spoilery. So, I guess those things that, those, like, black, grass-haired, like, little spirits or whatever are actually called the Rot. It's interesting. Assuming this is kind of like a Souls-like, game mechanics are going to be a huge thing I'll be looking at for this game. Souls games live and die by their mechanics. Because there's like, usually Souls games have no story or very little story that's like coherently pieced together. It's more of like in the background and you have to like research it basically almost. Bloodborne's a good example. Elden Ring is a good example of these kinds of Souls-like games where they don't really tell you much. They tell you enough for you to kind of understand kind of what's going on, but like the deeper meanings behind things are like buried in collectibles and things you find and read in the game. So story is not really a huge part of a Souls-like usually. So I'm not necessarily going to be looking at that as like a heavy category on this one. Game mechanics for sure. Art design insofar as level construction. Souls games also live and die by the levels and the map construction. So one of the reasons that Dark Souls 2 is bad is because the level design in Dark Souls 2 is horrible. Same thing with, I think it's Code Vein. Has a very kind of Dark Souls 2 inspired level design. So that's like a similar kind of problem. Not quite as bad, I think, because the gameplay is a bit different, but still the same kind of main problems with that. So most thing I'm looking at is game mechanics and then the level design for this. Everything else is kind of going to be extra on top of that. Alright, let's go ahead and get to it. I've been waiting to play this game for so freaking long. I actually wanted to wait for the physical version to come out. Has a new game plus mode. Okay. We got a bunch of different modes here. So story mode, apprentice, spirit guide, expert, spirit guide, master spirit guide. So what is it? 6 different difficulty modes. So I'm guessing that this is the normal mode, as I'm guessing. Only recharge when dealing damage. Enemies are very aggressive and deal more damage. Courage is lost when taking damage. I'm not sure what courage is. Enemies are even more aggressive and deal more damage. So we're going to go with normal. Let's keep that the way it is. And let's begin. Unique wooden masks are carved onto the dead, placed in sacred shrines. These masks gradually return to dust, symbolizing the spirit's peaceful journey into the next life. Not all spirits can travel this path alone, struggling with the tragedies of their past. They linger and become dangerous. Masters called upon to help these trapped and violent manifestations are known as spirit guides. It doesn't quite stay on long enough, I think. I kind of had to read that pretty quick. There's Kenna. Had a little bit of hints of the main theme in the background there. Got these crystals are lighting up. She seems to have one of those as a necklace too. And then the staff, not sure what that's all about. L1 to pulse. Okay, cool. So that... Okay, so this is like a mechanic to show you where to go, I think. This pulse mechanic. Oh, it lights up these stones too. Cool. So kind of like with Epsilon, where you had that vision mode that allowed them to do interesting stuff with some of the environments around the character. Kind of has that as well. This is like a charge ability? It doesn't seem to change when I hold it. So no, it's just like a thing. Yeah, I wonder if this is gonna act like a shield. Like, I'll, you know, smash or something. Because that seems very specific, right? Like the fact you can hold it. Interesting. Okay. I guess we'll find out eventually. Seems to be a spirit there. Okay. What's over here? A dead end. Okay. Well, not quite dead end, but comes back around this way. Okay, to get this spirit here also leading you where you're supposed to go. Some more hieroglyphs. I wonder if these actually mean anything, or if they're just set decoration. I mean, they probably mean something in context of the game, but I mean, I don't know if that's like a language, or if it's like depicting an event. It just seems like it's some kind of shapes, right? That could be some like language from the game world. Okay. So there's a swimming mechanic. This thing was standing over here. Oh, interesting. Oh, wait. Do we have to... Is this like a puzzle or something? Oh, cool. That's an interesting puzzle mechanic. Wonder how they're going to use that. Oh, we got some guy over here. He's got a red staff.
Why have you come?
I sense suffering here, Spirit. Do you need help?
You know nothing.
Another staff on the ground.
Suffering. This is my home. My village.
Oh, this is the guy from that trailer.
Turn back, spirit guide.
Interesting. R1 to light attack, L2 heavy attack. Now we got dodges. Okay. Do we have a lock on? It'd be R3 if we do. We do. Okay. Oh, this definitely feels like a Souls-like. Oh, it even has a charge. There's not really a contextual jump attack. It's kind of a swing while you're in the air. We got two enemies here. Cool. Okay. Definitely feels like a Souls-like. The combat is pretty smooth, though. Like in a lot of Souls-likes, the combat's very stiff, very nuanced. Like most Souls games are. Like that's kind of the point of a Souls-like is that the combat is very. It feels very heavy, very stuffy. Is the best way to put it. I don't know what this does. Oh, it did something. This is lit now. Oh, okay, so it's powering half of this gate. For opening a Stargate. And I'm guessing this is the other one for the other half of it. Okay. And then, yeah, and then I'm guessing now we use the thing to... Okay, yeah, so we use this to do the middle main one, and then we can open it. Somehow. But yeah, Souls-likes usually have combat that's really clunky, heavy feeling. But this feels very smooth and well thought out. Like it doesn't have any of the. It doesn't feel like it has any of the weird intricacies that Souls-likes usually do. Okay, look at the frigging lighting in here, jeez. Graphics. I wonder what engine this is in. I don't think it's Unreal Engine 5. Does this say here anywhere? Does not. Not sure what engine is, but it's capable of doing some pretty good visuals. Okay, the art. I mean, the art design of this game is going to be really good because it's made by an animation studio. So it'd be kind of weird if it wasn't good art wise. Oh, this is like a. This looks. What is this thing? It looks like a statue of a creature. Does you see the eyes there and the horns? It's like it's sitting here sleeping, or maybe the statue was cracked and it fell down or something. It's kind of cool. Got some more of these over here. Yeah, these light up too. Cool. This is a crazy looking game. I mean, the character is animated really well too, like the hair bobbing, the clothing rustling around and stuff. Again, we're talking about an animation studio, so they're gonna, this is the kind of attention to detail they're gonna be good at, is like animating things and knowing how things should look when in motion. Interact.
I saw him here somewhere.
Some kids.
Where did he go?
Maybe not. They don't look. They have like a not so human look about them. I don't know what it is exactly. So this is a rot, I guess. This thing jumping around. Just bodied him.
Hi there.
Has a mask. Okay, so they're spirits. Okay, I was gonna say there's something a little bit off about them. L1 to interact with the rot wisp. Was that this thing? Collect. Found a friend. So they're called rot wisps? Or is it something different from the other ones?
Hi. Aw, it's alright. What happened here, little guy?
What's with her hand? She got like that glowing stuff in it. Yeah, and he's looking at that too. Interesting. They definitely know how to write a story. So that thing with the hand is like a story hook. Find the rot. Ah, okay. There's something behind this? Doesn't seem to be. Oh, I actually have a double jump. Interesting. Another animal shrine.
There she is. Run.
What's this? Oh, it's a big one. Okay, so that's rot. So the rot and the rot wisp are two different things. That's interesting. I wonder what the actual difference is. Well, I mean, one's obviously bigger, but I mean, is like the rot wisp some kind of related creature, or is it interesting? God, the level design in this place. Graphics. That's interesting. What if we do this here? That was another wisp, or another rot. Okay, so there's a bunch of them around here. Actually, it says 2 out of 5, so I wonder if there's 3 more to find.
Hi, Benny.
Benny. So one of them is named Benny. Also doing the same thing, so if we do this, probably, yeah, okay, so purple seems to be the color associated with the rot. Or, well, it's not really purple as much as, like, some kind of light lavender color. So if I see that color, I should just assume we can interact with it and get a rot, I guess. Okay, so heavy fall. Oh, what the hell's over here? Click more rot to purify this dead zone heart. Is this thing? Okay. Dead zone, though. Okay. Alright. Oh, something back there. Okay, another rot. So this game is kind of like Pikmin in a way, it seems. Or at least it has potential to be. Or maybe something closer would be like Overlord. Though maybe not. It would depend on if we can. Oh, there they go. It would depend on if we can control these guys. Well, I guess Pikmin's kind of like that too, I suppose. Let's go back here. We got a chest. Oh, some rot. That was the last time we needed it. And we leveled up. So is the amount of rot you have the level that you can be, essentially? Or that... So you level up by getting a certain amount of rot. That's interesting. Your team companions has grown and you now have one rot action available. Press square to send the rot to objects. Okay, yeah, so we can control them. So it is kind of like Pikmin Overlord. Interesting. Okay. So it says that we should go over to the dead zone. Okay, so there's an icon. It's square. Then L1 to pulse and destroy. Oh, cool, okay. Oh, we knocked the tree over too, but I guess that's kind of the point. So it purified the area. Got rid of the dead zone. Okay, that's an invisible wall there. So we can double jump to get to higher ledges. Okay. Oh, what's it doing? Oh. Okay, we have the pigeon crap method of telling you where you can climb at. I swear this is something that Assassin's Creed pioneered, was having pigeon crap on a place you can grab onto and climb on. Because that's just in everything now. I mean, you could say it's just paint, but I mean, it's pigeon crap. Let's just be real here. I mean, every game has something like this now. If you have something to climb up on, like Horizon Zero Dawn, Assassin's Creed, you name it. Well, except for Breath of the Wild. Yeah, okay, let me rephrase. If you can grab up on specific locations to climb, and you can't climb on everything. Because like Breath of the Wild, Genshin Impact, those kind of games, you can. There's a bigger dead zone area down here, it seems. Those games you can just climb anywhere, right? But like Ghost of Tsushima, this game, Horizon Zero Dawn, there's specific places you can climb up on. Alright. So, whoa, okay, what's going on here? Enemies frighten the rot. The rot are scared and have gone into hiding. Attack enemies to build courage and combat spend courage. Okay, so fight enemies to gain courage, and then you can use the courage to make the rot do things. It's kind of like it's a currency to use rot, basically, to do things. Courage drops can form in the world. Cut courage drops with your pulse or touch them to build courage faster. Okay, so we gotta fight some dudes. Whoa, they can throw stuff. Rot already? Destroy dead zone heart of blind enemies. Oh, you can use them to blind enemies, okay. Or bind, I think it said bind, not blind. So you can use them to, okay, cool. So until you take out the dead zone, they're gonna just keep spawning. Okay, so if you're locked onto an enemy, they're just going to, they're gonna go to that enemy to attack. gotta take these guys out, though. They don't seem to be affected by pulses. Okay, so purified this area. That's kind of cool. I will say the targeting is kind of a little bit clunky. Insofar as like changing targets, I think. When I tried to hit the the right stick, left and right, it didn't seem to immediately change targets. I don't know if it actually. It might not even. I don't think it showed the targeting tutorial because I actually did targeting before then, before the tutorial happened. Maybe. So that's kind of interesting contextual tutorials. But also, it's kind of a hindrance if you just know the mechanic could be there and you try and use it based on what the most common key binding for it is. What are these? What the hell? I just ate those things. That's weird. Is there like a hunger mechanic in this game or something? For the rot? That'd be kind of crazy if there was. Don't know what the hell that was about. It was just like a weird contextual, like, here's a thing you can do. They're basically they're styling on us. They're showing off. Oh, we actually can tell them to move things. Okay. So they can move certain objects, use square to pick up, and then aiming with L2 tell them where to go by pressing square again. So I'm guessing that looks like a shortcut. Plus, I think the red means we can't order them to go to this place. So I don't think we can make them move that there. They go to here though, but I think that looks like a shortcut to me. Maybe over here. Move objects. Cool. Doesn't seem to be anything back up here. Oh, we have some sort of collectible there. Maybe some kind of resource material, aka souls, potentially. Maybe. Got a statue that can move.
Can you pick that up?
Oh, we got some sort of currency for doing that. Some other kind of currency. Interesting. So, there are other interactions you can do in the world that give you things. That's kind of cool. Gives you a reason to look around. Okay, we're gonna go across here. That double jump really is not very... The secondary jump is not that... It's more of like almost like a glide kind of thing, sort of, more than like a second jump. You really have to like get the full out of the first jump to make the secondary jump work. We got something down here.
Can you move that for me?
Yeah, so that was a shortcut there. Cool. Yeah, almost couldn't make it there. Got some more Dead Zone-y looking stuff here. this guy again.
Let me help you. I can heal these spirits and restore balance to the forest.
I know you are kind. You sense the power that flows through this land, but you do not fully understand it.
Music's pretty good. Audio design's actually really good.
Death and corruption are all that remain here.
This land can be healed, but you cannot stay here, spirit. You must move on.
You are the one who
So I wonder if
does
Ken
not
is like
know
a apprentice or like a novice
ever abandon
spirit guide.
my people.
Is this like a? Oh, this is a boss. Okay. Okay, it's definitely a boss. So Sprout, L1 to hold. Yep, that's okay. So hold is for shield. It does break eventually, and then you have to have a cooldown. It seems. Okay. Activate shield the right one to parry. Oh, so that's gonna be a parry. It's a just block then. So what is the timing? Not that one. Oh, there we go. I was hitting friggin' square for Bloodborne, fighting stuff. It's fun playing Bloodborne right now. Okay. Doing it again, jeez. Oof. So I can bind it. Okay, not too bad. But it is like the tutorial boss, so it probably shouldn't be that bad. Let's go ahead and get rid of this huge rock dead zone bar thing. So are these new ones, or are these the ones we already had? Oh, they're new ones, okay. I wonder what they're called rot for.
You can come out. It's
Oh, these
safe
guys.
now.
Benny and some unnamed
Cleared away the poison.
Saya, okay. Benny and Saya.
Eat it.
Oh, they can eat it, interesting.
They love it.
My name's Kana. What are you two doing out here, alone in the forest?
Don't worry about us. We've been here a long time and take care of ourselves.
I can see that. You both look very strong. Do you know who that spirit was with the horned mask?
We don't know, but when he shows up, the girl's poison grows stronger. Hey, what are you doing
Interesting.
here in the forest?
I'm searching for the sacred mountain shrine. Can you take me there?
If you want to get to the mountain shrine, you have to help us with something first. Our
Okay.
brother Taro was trapped deep in the forest. We need you to help him. Great idea, Saya. That'll be easy for her. Did you see what she did to that stick guy?
Stick guy.
Help us free Taro and we'll take you to the mountain shrine. Woohoo! Come on, our village is this way.
So we have 8 of them now. Okay. there anything else to get around here? Doesn't seem to be. Oh wow, that is a world map looking thing. We're getting Breath of the Wild here, huh? Wild the deer. So you thought that was the map? Well, here you go. Here's the actual map. Oh, there's the title screen too. Or the title scene. Cool. That's a huge looking map. Very ambient in terms of sound. It's not much background music outside of like combat stuff, which is cool. It's kind of how it should be. The village. Haikyo? Guess it's the name of the village. What the hell is this? Oh, we can't go in there. Spring that runs beneath the forge carries it with it energy from the mountain shrine. Interesting. So I guess we have to go to the mountain shrine to unlock this. Oh, this village has got some stuff in it. We got a dead zone thing over here. There's a lot of stuff around here. I'll wait till you at the water shrine in the Forgotten Forest. Controller is vibrating a little bit. Interesting. So there's a bunch of these we have to take out? We got some stronger looking enemies here. Oh. Oh. Okay. Stuck on a wall. It's very Souls-like. Well, very Souls, period. Okay, so we got rid of one of them. We have another, at least two, I think. What the hell is that over there? Oh, we actually can do both of them. Okay, so I have to do them one at a time. There's still another one over here. There we go. Thought we were going to have to fight them all one at a time. Okay. Hat cart discovered? Hat cart. Some kind of thing there. Create karma by defeating corrupted enemies, restoring environment, and finding your way, finding fruit for your rock to eat. Ah, okay. Oh, so that's what we got. That resource we got for that thing was setting that statue upright was karma. Oh, we get it from that stuff too. That gives you karma too. Okay. From the archive menu, use karma to unlock new abilities. Okay. Oh, so you can unlock new attacks and things. Okay. That's for the shield. Parry counter. Oh, okay, so you actually have a counter after the parry. It takes a lot of stuff to unlock that. We can get this one though, the sprint light attack, or attack light. So you run and then you can do a quick attack while running. We already have the melee unlocked. Then sprint heavy. Okay. Air slam. Okay, so jumping stuff. Perfect charge. Precise time and do massive damage. Rot hammer. Press and hold hold R2 and press square to create a rot hammer that can strike from a distance. That's kind of crazy. What do we got down here? Parry counter, shield plus health, shield health plus. Strengthens the shield. Okay. Parry courage. Gain run action, successfully parry. Okay, so it basically gives you courage when you successfully parry. Strength, it's another strength enhancement for the shield, and then enter the fray. Start combat with one rot action available. Okay, so I guess it gives you an action you can do right off the bat. Okay, cool. Got some stuff we haven't unlocked yet. Oh, they actually show you what it is. That's kind of... they show you what this is. Even though we don't have it yet. That's kind of a... Wait, can I unlock it? No. That's kind of a... that's a little, I think that might be a bug. That shouldn't be showing, I don't think. Let's go and unlock the sprint attack light. Purify the corruption in the village center. Village, we have 24 rot, 31 hats, 8 flower shrines, 3 spirit mails, cursed chests 6, meditation spots 3, charm 6. There's a lot of collectibles here to find. Got a fast travel mode, show collected. Okay, cool. What the hell? All chilling out in there. I think that's a hat. Pot. New hat acquired. So you got the mushroom hat. Oh, it's for the, okay, so it's for the, for these guys. You can actually equip them per rot. Okay, so actually, so you can customize the way that, your rot looks. And then we also have, costumes for Kenna. Okay, cool. Is this a rod over here? Yeah. And it's kind of, whenever you find rot, these like purple mushrooms show up. It's kind of interesting. Go to the chest over here. Is that a hat? Yeah. Some more of that currency. More of the currency. Oh, is this a cursed chest? Ah, so we have enemies to fight. Did the running attack there. The combat feels very fluid. Oh, okay. Okay, so that was a cursed chest. So cursed chests are chests you have to fight to unlock. Got a bunch of that. I also got a thing here. I don't know what we can do with that. Oh, it's a thing for them to eat. Okay, so you got some karma for that. We actually picked up some stuff, I think, from doing that. Some of that blue resource, whatever it is called.
Get that.
Cool. So there's like a lot of interactivity with the map with the rot. Which is good, because that's kind of like one of the main things about this, right? That there's that interactivity there. There's a thing in there. Can't get to it yet. So it's good they're kind of playing that up, right? Yeah, okay, so when you see something glowing like that, there could be things to get from pulsing on it. We can't get up here, it doesn't seem. Oh, there's a thing up there. What's with that? Can we actually do anything with that at the moment? I wonder if there's like, maybe we need the bow to shoot that, I guess. I mean, I knew the bow existed because it was in the trailers, but still, if you didn't know that and you saw the bow there in the list, you would be like, oh, there's a bow thing. Yeah, so it's kind of like a spoiler for a mechanic. What else we got around here? Can't do anything here. What's this say? To accept the challenge of the god tree, one must reach the top of its branches. So I wonder if these are all like, these notes are all things of, like, notes of where you need to go to unlock certain buildings, potentially? Or if it's just telling you where you need to, where you can go or something, you know. Ah, this is a fast travel point. Cool. So we'll need to activate those. Kind of like a bonfire or a lantern. Well, this place is kind of on fire. Or something. Some kind of barrier, I guess. Can't go through it. Got a thing here. It's disabled at the moment, though.
Right over there.
Ah. Another rot. Let's go. So we got what looks to be poisonous water to me. Oh wow, it's actually your dead water. So you can't go into that. Can I like jump across this? No, can't get across it either. So we can't go over here yet, it seems. Maybe it doesn't actually do damage, but you fall in there, you get reset someplace. Got another barrier here. We can't get through. The trial shrine's not activated. Return here later. So it's a thing, I guess. Got a mini game thing or something. Let's look another blocked path here. So we do have some invisible walls here and there to keep you from going. It's fine. It's not really that big a deal. Kind of should expect that kind of stuff. Unless you're in an open world game, which just doesn't. It seems to be limited open world, meaning it's open world, but there are limitations of where you can go. You know, got free reign of things. So I'm guessing we got to go over this way. Those spirits over here.
Is Tara this way? The barrier is blocking the path.
Maybe Zaju can help. He's
Zaju?
usually at the Masked Shrine. You'll know when you see the sacred trees.
So I'm guessing over here. There's a thing up there. I think that was where we needed to go. More of that death water. So this is where we need to go. Actually, no, that was where we were at, wasn't it? So it is back here, okay. Oh, I think I have to go up to the actual shrine thing. Up here in the top area. Maybe? Maybe not. Well, we didn't come back this way. Interesting. That's kind of doing stuff. I can't come any further this way. So it's definitely back here. But I didn't see anybody hanging around. Oh. Yeah, the pulse. That was not immediately clear that we had a pulse there.
The rot seem quite fond of you.
We got an old guy.
They're usually timid. Something tells me you did not come to our village looking for forest creatures.
Hello, Spirit. I seek passage to the sacred mountain shrine.
Our village is bound to the shrine's energy, but that power faded long ago. Trapped spirits linger here, tangled in the tragedies of our past. You must help these spirits if you wish to reach the mountain shrine.
On my way, I met two children. They asked me to help free a boy named Taro.
I'm not surprised that Benny and Saya found you. They are clever children, and would do anything for their brother. We have always crafted wooden masks to honor those who have passed on. Placed here, the mask slowly turned to dust, aiding the spirit's journey into the next life.
My father was a spirit guide. Our traditions are different, but he helped many spirits pass from this life to the next.
So you know what happens to spirits unable to move on. Take Taro's mask. It is bound to his spirit, and will help you fulfill your promise to the children.
Interesting.
Look after Benny and Saya. Their brother's fate will be difficult for them to understand.
That doesn't sound good. Press to wear spirit masks. Oh, it actually shows you like a trail of where they. Interesting. Oh, those barriers. Okay. Interesting.
Use Taro's mask to open the spirit barrier, blocking the
Okay.
path to the forest. Benny and Saya know the way. The rot are funny little creatures. I detect great power within them. Find as many rot as you can. Building their numbers will enhance your own abilities. There are many spirit barriers blocking parts of the village. Taro's mask will open some paths, but you'll need to find new items to open others. Use Taro's mask to open
Okay.
the spirit barrier. Benny and Saya know the way.
Interesting. Now, what is this? Oh, so you're controlling emotes of the rot wisp, I guess. What the hell?
Oh, thank you.
Interesting. Oh, there we go. What was that? Oh, that's where we're supposed to go, I think. You can't move around when you've got the mask on. Okay, so it actually shows you the mask that opens up the gates.
Hey, is that Taro's mask? Did Zaju give it to you? Maybe you can use it to open this barrier.
Wait, so how does this work? Ah, there we go. You have to be a certain distance away.
Follow it. Maybe it will lead us to Taro.
Gotta do our pilfering of stuff. It's traditional in every, in most games such as these and others. Gotta steal everybody's shit. That's interesting. Let's try this. I didn't do anything. I wonder what we need to do with this. Definitely some kind of puzzle, though. Oh, maybe this?
Get that.
No, it's just a bunch of stuff. That just goes down there. Another blocked path over there. There's that thing. There's another. It seems like there's another. This is a shortcut. There's another dead zone up here. This is a pretty big village. Oh, this is up here, okay. Across from that stuff. Even more of this death water.
It went through here, but we can't get past. There's more of that nasty stuff blocking the path.
Interesting. So,
If you get rid of it, since
seems
it's
like
not here,
some spirits can't go into areas that are dead zoned. Rock can purify social powers, restore kindness health. Oh, those things over there, okay. This guy's a shield. Some mini Groots. Between the eyes. So I have to whoa, okay. Area around that flower is dangerous, I guess. Did some damage to me. Oh. Oh, because it's purifying, it heals you. Okay. Okay, so you can't just double jump over them. I wonder if you can parry these guys. You can, okay. Okay, cool. Oh, what the hell? What's this thing? That's like around a spirally thing.
That is. It's a forest here.
So this is like the same thing over the other place that we were just looking at earlier. A forest tier. Okay, so how do I get to it? Oh, rock. Bring your rock together. To the original form. Interesting. Destroy barriers and clear corruption. Interesting.
Whoa! Look what happened to the rod. He's so cute. Look at him go. Does he know I need tricks, Kana?
Spin. That's kind of like, that's a kind of insane, like a, it's like a Overlord sort of mode, almost. Controlling's a little bit weird. I'm trying to move at the same time. I don't think I can get back down here to this. Well, maybe I can. This is a barrier back here, right? One of these houses. Okay, that's not undoable there. I'm wondering if we can, like, interact with this somehow. Because this is obviously one of those spots, right? I'm wondering how we can get that to do that. Huh. Look, maybe we have to take it from up here down to there. I think we could reach there. Oh, cool. Whoa, okay. Not say a lot of stuff.
Over there.
I'm guessing right there, because it's like a thing. We got a circle there. Ah, here we go. Okay.
Can you move that for me?
There we go. So, why was that? Oh, we got a thing in here. Found spirit mail. Found something that belonged to a villager. Returned to their house in the village. Location is marked on your map. Okay, so that was a collectible. Ah, maybe in here, but we can't get into there yet. Yeah. So, I think that's... I think we gotta use that to break apart this stuff down here, right? I also want to see if we can actually activate the tier with this. That's over near that house, because I'm pretty sure that's another one of those. The same kind of general looking thing on the ground. It's just not activated. Oh, we can't actually get up here with it, I don't think. Because it doesn't seem like you can go up steps and stuff. So maybe we can't get over there with it. That's kind of interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, let's get the rot stuff. The whatever that's called. I thought that would be the rock, but it's not really. Whatever the hell this poison crap is called, dead zone material stuff. Yeah, controlling's a little bit weird, but I mean it's like that in every game that has this kind of mechanic. Oh, we can't actually destroy that stuff. Interesting. Okay, maybe not then. Maybe that's something for the bow.
Forest tears appear sometimes after a very old tree dies, or after there is a fire.
Huh.
Forest tears appear sometimes after
Oh, I see
a
where
very
we go
old
with this
tree
now.
dies, or after there is a fire. Over here, Kena, there is something in the ground. bit of forest here can grow here. There must be something nearby. Let's look around.
Go get it.
What's that? Oh, is that what we need to make the... Oh, so we gotta look for one of those over in the other place. Maybe. Okay, yeah.
Hey, the little rock guys did it. They made another one.
Some kind of, like, spirit juice or something. Bunch more of those. So in order to break up one of those things, it takes the entire timer you have left on this. You probably don't have to take it all out, but I'm just gonna do it anyway because and release. Ah. Another warp point. Some kind of thing there.
There's more poison ahead. We'll just wait here.
That's a lot of stuff. Okay, another fight. So this thing can, okay, so we can use the tier to... I need to drop that. So you can use the tier to purify nodes. Oh. Trying to do some epic thing and, didn't quite work out. Whoa, 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 okay, we got a bunch of guys spawning in. Oh, we got a big guy. Oh, okay, taking some damage. Okay, heal. More damage. So this is a one of like the boss. This is like the same guy that looks like a boss in the tutorial. So you don't heal in battle, it doesn't seem. Whoa, okay. There we go. They spawning in more? Oh, they are. Okay. got the big guy down. That was a pretty intense battle. Got the tier up in here. Okay. I think this is. I think that was a pretty good. Oh, there's some rock back there. Let me get that really fast. Then we'll. I think this is a pretty good sampling of what you expect from this game here. So, let's go ahead and save real fast if we can. Let's see. We can. Cool. Okay. So, Kena Bridge of Spirits. Start with the gameplay. Design. So this game is definitely Souls-like. But it feels like a very refined Souls-like. A lot of like the jank you normally find in Souls-likes and in Souls games too doesn't really feel like it's here. There's some of the mechanics are a little bit janky, but none of the battle mechanics do. Parrying feels good. Dodging feels good. I guess in general, like the battle design feels a little bit clunky in terms of like fighting multiple enemies, but that's just kind of like the Souls-like aesthetic, right? So it's not really a bad thing. It's just a nature of a Souls-like combat scenario. I like how there's like all this interactivity in the world, and like the way that the mechanics of the game kind of fit into exploration, like using the rots to move things around, to unlock new paths by getting new abilities. Has like that kind of Metroidvania feel to it too, because of that. So for game mechanic or game design, I'm going to give Kena a 8 out of 10 so far. Sound design. Sound design in this game is pretty good. The music's really good, fits the places it's in. There isn't any kind of just like errant stuff that doesn't make sense for it to be there. There's a lot of silence in areas where you're just traversing through the map. Like if I leave from this general area, what happens? Like you still get some of that in the background there, but it kind of gets diminished a bit, right? I guess more in the foreground as you're coming closer into here. So I think that this like thing that's playing right now is kind of like a theme associated with these two, potentially. But yeah, so the game is very ambient when it should be. There's other background tracks that play when you're in battle and things like that. Nothing really feels out of place. The audio quality is good. Nothing seems like overly dramatic or underselling either. It seems like it's all kind of appropriately written to like fit in with the scenes that the music plays in. So for audio design, I'll give this game a 7 out of 10 so far. Let's see, art design. Art design, that's going to be an easy 10 out of 10. This game looks amazing. It looks like a Pixar game, basically. Like a game that would be made by Pixar. Very high quality visuals. The graphics are really good. It's very next gen. Yeah, it looks very next gen. I don't know if this is Unreal Engine 5 or not. I don't think it is, but it might be. But there's no performance issues that would be associated with like high polygon stuff. So whatever the engine they're using is pretty well optimized. And which is good because a game like this, if it wasn't properly optimized, would probably run like crap, to be honest, because it looks too good. So props to Ember Lab for the visuals of the game. Probably the easiest thing for them because they're an animation studio, so this is kind of like their wheelhouse here. But yeah, easy 10 out of 10. I don't see anything that would bring me down from that in this. Even like the normal stuff that you would associate with like game graphics, like ground textures being really stretched in some places, like in like rock crevices or something like that. Like lower quality or something. You don't even see that in here either. So very good job. Like all the textures. I mean, I guess this tree has some funky lower res kind of things looking like textures there, but what I'm talking about is stuff like the ground textures, like how the stuff blends in really well, and like the actual dirt textures are high res, right? They're not like low res dirt that's kind of like doesn't look at the patches incorrectly with like the grass. So they did a lot. They did the alpha blending really well. Again, like I said, it's animation studios. This is the kind of stuff they'll be really good at. So, yeah, easy 10 out of 10. Let's see what's next. The story. So far, we haven't really had a whole bunch of the story. We know that Kena's a spirit guide. She helps spirits pass on, and helps spirits that have been tethered to the mortal plane to pass on as well. We know her father was a spirit guide, so maybe some kind of maybe there's gonna be some kind of like searching for her father or something. I don't know. We know there's a spirit, an earthbound spirit, that is out there creating this poison stuff and spreading it around throughout the forest. Don't know why, don't know how, or anything like that, but it's there at the moment. We don't really know what the rot is either, other than that it's, aside from its name, it's a, like, force for good or something like that, and apparently what we're seeing now is these like creatures that we see that are the rot are not the real original form of the rot, because when we interact with these things, they get changed to something else that says it's a true form or original form of what the rot was. So somehow this rot stuff was broken apart or something like that. We know that well, that's really all we know about the story at the moment. We know that we're not kind of starting to get the mountain spirit shrine as well. I guess we know that too. So I mean, not too much on the story. It all sounds reasonable. There doesn't seem to be anything that's like horribly plot hole-ish already. There's nothing that seems to be contradictory. So far I'll give this a 7 out of 10 for the story. Has me intrigued. Seems fairly interesting. It doesn't seem like, aside from the way the graphics might describe what kind of game this is, it seems there's some pretty dark themes in it, based on what what's his name said about their brother and his fate and how they wouldn't be able to understand it or maybe accept it. So it sounds like something has happened to his spirit. Maybe he's turned into a earthbound spirit, and we're going to have to fight him and cleanse him or something. So the story seems interesting. It seems to have a lot of the building blocks for a really good story. There seems to be, some level of darkness to it, which for a Souls-like game you kind of need some of that darkness. It's kind of like one of the staples of a Souls-like game, is that there's a certain level of darkness to the story somehow, one way or another. So yeah, this game seems pretty cool so far. So overall, my overall score for this game is going to be a 8 out of 10. graphics are insane, game performs really well, game mechanics are pretty fluid and are very expansive and immersive. Audio is good, doesn't detract from anything, and the story is somewhat intriguing at the moment with a lot of potentials, and like the I didn't mention the story hook or whatever, the thing in her veins that's glowing. You don't know if that's like some kind of sickness or something, or if that's just something that spirit guides don't normally have or something like that. It does seem to like correspond to this like rock in her staff that can make things glow. Has the same kind of color to it, so it might just be an expression of her powers as a spirit guide, or it could be something entirely different. It could be part of the plot devices that's, you know, since you're driving the story forward, is she has to figure out how to get rid of this thing or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's a pretty intriguing story so far, with some early seeded questions that want you to keep playing. So they're basically story hooks, is really what they are. But yeah, this is not a bad game at all. Has the potential to be... I'd say this game probably has the potential to be a 9 out of 10. I'm not sure about 10 out of 10. That'll depend on the story. If the story is good, it definitely could be a 10 out of 10, because all the other stuff about this game is 10 out of 10 material. So if the story kind of pulls through, this will probably be either a really high 9 out of 10, like a 9.5, 9.8 or something like that out of 10, or it'll be 10 out of 10. Not sure if we're going to go 9.8s or whatever on the final scores. In this first impression series, it'll be halves, so you can go like half a point in between. I think on the final end of game review, I might end up allowing myself to go to tenths, just so I can have like very precise ratings. But then the question becomes, you know, what constitutes having that tenth of a point more or less, you know. So I might just stick with halves, because it's kind of a common thing, right? Like 3.5 stars kind of thing. But yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. Comments, questions, leave them below. The next game that I'll be doing for episode 3 will be Valkyrie Elysium, and we will go from there. But yeah, until then, this is LMP Games, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.